We put together a benefit pretty last minute. It was it's a benefit to raise money for well, let me back up.
Basically, health insurance companies don't want to accept people for coverage unless they've never had any illness ever. Any pre-existing condition, you're basically disqualified. Or if you have a job like ours where you're a traveling musician, you can't get covered. Or if you have a condition like Pat, he's got a failed kidney, it's impossible unless you work for some big corporation. And we want to be musicians, and we want to play music, and we don't think it's too much to ask to also have health insurance too.
The life that we live is, it varies in degrees, but I think that, it's hard to kind of convince, corporations who dole out health insurance that what we're doing with our lives is a valid thing. Because, even people as close to us as our parents at times, I think, certainly for our band when we first started out, they didn't get it. And, and it doesn't make sense to hear that you drive around in a van with 4 or 5 other guys and play rock shows and clubs. It doesn't translate to, 99% of America.
It's not as simple as saying, hey, I want to give you my kidney because there's blood types. There's A, B, and O, and I'm a type O, and I can only receive a type O blood. I can't receive any other. The odds that I will find a donor are 1 in 20. So when you do the math, the cost could get kind of high. The process is kind of lengthy, and we've already gone through one time. We've already had one person go through the whole process and found that she couldn't be a match. It was our bass player's wife, Jill, and now we're on to another person. So that's person number 2. And each time you do you try to find a donor, there's cost to them.
It's just totally insane and upside down, and human beings should be able to have health insurance if they're willing to pay for it, Because basically, if you're Pat, you have a kidney transplant, you basically are a slave to the system. You have to work for a corporation to guarantee that you'll have the medicine to survive after you've had a transplant, because otherwise he'll die without that medication.
And professional musicians in our own kind of ways are all we're like war buddies without the violence, or most times without the violence. Where we share experiences that you come home and you can't really explain what happened to people who have been home the whole time because you've been having this very surreal experience on the road. And so I think that when one of us needs help, I think that it's the duty of the rest of us to kind of rally and do whatever we can.
It's just really pretty amazing having all these people come together, not just the bands involved, but everybody who's been donating either money or even just calling and saying, we heard. I'm getting calls from people all over the place, or emails or whatever, that they heard about this. I don't know what percentage of this benefit is for raising awareness, but a huge part of it is about awareness, and I think we're succeeding in that. Well, they can help the cause by filling out their donor card on their driver's license. That's the easiest thing to do. Just doesn't have to come to me. You can donate to. There's thousands and thousands of people in need of all kinds of things. So that's a huge step right there.